Hey guys, Carla here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're filming the very first cash stuffing envelope for the month of August, and it's going to be a new beginning. If you guys haven't seen how I set up our budget for August, I will try to put like a little link up there or in the description down below. I will go on, and I always have my reference sheet over here, which is just my Erin Condren planner, and I also use my stickers that I do sell on my shop, and I will link that in the description down below. We're gonna start off with the usual, with my wallet that I carry around with me everywhere. So I did spill like a cup of coffee all over my desk before I started filming. So I smell coffee here, and some of these, like, this is the downside of like not having a vinyl sticker. If you are interested on getting my label stickers, like you can see here, it's not water resistant, so I'm gonna have to replace this eventually, but I honestly don't know when that'll be. But as you guys can see, I have like some water damage from it, but I will continue. I wipe them down as much as I can, but I can still smell the coffee, which is not a bad smell. I love coffee. So we're just gonna go on. We don't have a lot of leftovers here, but for food we're putting 120. Actually, I'm not putting a whole 100. I decided to do like six 20s because it's just easier to hand over to a restaurant when it's broken down. You guys know, because some of them do get counterfeit money. That's why I understand they don't take hundreds from people. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 124 food, and I think it's pretty dry in there. I also wiped it down with like Clorox wipes, so it's like a mix of both smells, if you guys can relate. But yeah, I soaked my whole entire table with coffee earlier. For Carla, we are putting 25 in here, and we are no longer taking the 5s out to put into my baby savings account, because due to us being able to allocate money towards her savings, we don't have to do that anymore. So that's amazing, because we can just get this whole $25. You guys know I do, whenever there is leftover in like our envelopes or any of these envelopes, I put it in a rollover envelope, and that's what I use to spend money on. Like last time we bought like 2 storybooks for Mia, and we also bought her a slide, but the slide was too big for her, so we're actually returning that. I honestly thought the slide was gonna be small, but she is not. The box did say 3+, so that was the only slide that was there. I thought that she would be able to enjoy it, but it was too big. And Miscellaneous gets $10. It always gets $10 every time we get paid, and this kind of acts out as my household fund, although we haven't been using it for household funds because we did move back into our in-laws, but that'll come in handy in the future. And then rollover doesn't get anything. Mia still has money in here, so I'm actually gonna take out this 20 because I used the rollover money to buy those. So we have 42 in here, so we're gonna add another 20, so we have 20, 40, 61, 62 in a rollover. And then we're gonna grab a 20 and a 5 for her envelope. And then that just completes everything that we need to get into our wallet. So I always love being able to stuff my envelopes. It just kind of sets me off in a good mood, because everything is not just the sense of it having money, just everything being completed. I don't know, I just I like checking things off when stuff gets done with my to-do list. I like checking the dates off when the days are done. The next thing that we're gonna try to do is usually the purple binder, which is my sinking funds binder. So these get $10 each again, so it's usually the same for everything pretty much. And we have exchanged the bills in here, so they are significantly like thinner and easier to count. So I do try to do that every end of the month. For Miha, we're gonna put 10 in here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, and 30 for my baby girl's savings account. We're slowly getting there. Hopefully we can get to that 1,000 soon, so we can put that away and put in a 1K slip for her. And medical gets another 10 in here. Okay, so we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85 for our medical fund. And gifts gets 10. And it's my nephew's birthday this weekend, so I am gonna take out money in here because they're like 10 years old or 9 years old, so they prefer money now instead of gifts, which is fine because they use it for games and stuff. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 50, 65 in our gifts cash envelope. And then Christmas gets 10 as well. It's just easier to count these with smaller or bigger bills. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 50 in our Christmas fund, and my goal here is 700. So we're kind of taking it slowly, but hopefully surely getting to that 700 by Christmas time this year. And then family time gets $10 again. We have 1, 20, 30, and 40 in our family time. And for car maintenance, we still haven't gone to do the oil change that we've been talking about. My husband keeps making the appointment but forgetting to actually take his car there. So we're gonna put $10 in here. So we have 1, 2, 20, 30, 40, 45 for our car maintenance envelope, and I'm thinking it's not going to take more than $45 to get an oil change for his type of car. I hope not. Okay, and we're gonna go with the blue binder, which is my bills. So for bills, I do not have this by heart, so give me one moment here. And this is going to be the first time that we're gonna be setting up for a actual rent. Like, it's gonna be, ignore these goals, I'm gonna replace those, but our rent is $905, but I am allotting $1,005 for rent this month, just so we can pay half of it to our in-laws, so we can pay them up for maybe half. But it seems like we are staying here for a whole entire month, so I might have to bump that up into like $1,105. We'll see, but for right now I'm doing the 1,005. But for this time we're gonna put 252 into rent. That is way more than usual. Usually our rent is 200, but sometimes you really can't pay the price for, you know, like your own space. So we have 1, 2, 50, 1, 2, and that'll pay for the month of September that's coming up for our rent. So we already gave them down payment or deposit, so that doesn't include this. Electric gets 30. We're still trying to save up for electric because we honestly don't know how much it'll be for this next move. We will see. It's just really hard to know nowadays because the last time well, besides the fact that we did rent out for July for 2 weeks, I think, and then we moved back here, it's been like, the last time we rented an apartment was 2019, like early 2019, I think. Wi-Fi gets $18, and I did empty everything out in here because I put it into our bills account so we can, you know, have the bills paid for August. So we're starting over. So Wi-Fi gets 18, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. And this is like the setup I like to have. It is a new thing that I'm doing, that I'm showing you guys how I break down my bills, but I feel like it's a lot more helpful, especially for a lot of you guys that are just starting out to budget, because I am no way like an expert of any means. Like, I'm not a financial advisor, as you guys know. I just share how we do things and how we could maybe better save or better hit our goals. But it's totally up to you guys if you guys want to break your bills apart into 4 paychecks, or depending how many paychecks you have every month. Okay, insurance gets $30 for this month. It gets $30 every paycheck since we have 4 paychecks. That's $120 for the month. And then my phone gets $21. I pay $83, and a lot of you guys were saying, especially the people from not from the US, that is a bit expensive. But I just realized that I'm also paying for my iPad with this $83. It used to be $57, and then I added an iPad for my business, so that's what it made it $83. It was $57 before. And my husband's phone gets $20. With my husband, I don't know what is the breakdown for his, because I don't have access to that since they're in a family plan together with his parents and his siblings, so I can't really see the breakdown. Subscriptions gets $7. I'm kind of getting this down, like I'm slowly knowing how much is in each envelope. And then gas gets $40 for this week, because gas has been ridiculous for everyone, and it's just totally like going higher and higher it seems like every week. It's just a ridiculous price. Okay, so that is it for my bills binder. And the last one is just my kind of miscellaneous, which is my pink binder. So in this pink binder, I just put my emergency fund and my debt snowball. So I did already turn in, the last one was $740 for emergency fund, because I'm still trying to focus on our emergency fund rather than our debt snowball, but I still do put money in there. So emergency fund gets $100 for the month, for the first paycheck of August. We're starting off pretty strong with emergency fund, so that's gonna be saved in there. And then debt snowball gets $40. And I did update the trackers, as you guys can see, or maybe hopefully it has 0 over there. So we're putting 40 in there. And this had $329 last time, which I paid to my Robin's credit card account. So now it has $1,100 instead of $1,400, which is amazing. So we're slowly paying that off, and then we're gonna move on to our next credit card. And then $5 savings challenge, I just put whatever kind of $5 that I see laying around anywhere, even my envelopes if I don't think that I'm gonna use it, as well as my $10. I don't really allot money in here, but I do try to put money on my $50 savings challenge every time we do get paid. So I am putting 1 in here. So yeah, let's see how much we have. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. $100 is in our $50 savings challenge. And I am using this to go back home to the Philippines. Hopefully that happens here soon. And I do include the tickets in here, not just like paying for the bills. And my goal is $5,000. And then whatever I save in this $5 and $10, well, might as well throw in there, because I've honestly never gone home to the Philippines where I'm paying for the ticket, because it was always my dad. But this time around, I'm paying for 3 people, including my daughter and my husband. Well, we're paying for it because we are both working for this. And we also have, you know, when you go on vacation, bills don't really like pause while you're in vacation. It keeps going, so you have to take that into account as well. And my mom even said, like, don't worry about saving for hotels or food, because we got that. Like, we can live there with them and they'll pay the food and everything. They just want us to come visit. But even then, you know, you don't know what you're gonna have to pay for once you're there. I do know that $1 is 49 pesos, which is pretty big for me, I think. I just don't know how it is right now, because it has been, what, 7 years since I've been to the Philippines, which is a long time. It's been that long since I last saw my mom. So I don't know. So that's why I'm probably over preparing with 5,000 and whatever kind of money that we have. But we'll see. But that is what I have for you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!
turned my life completely upside down.